G'day, good morning. It's Fish, the Beach Bum Investor, with your cryptocurrency discussion and report for the 3rd of November 2017. Okay, now some huge news in the world of PIVX surfing. Tanya O'Meara was through to round 4 of the Port Stephens Pro, so pretty excited about that one. I'm just going to post up on Discord and let the guys know that we're here. Command, copy. So very interesting night, all in all, in the economy. Ripple was one of the few that were resistant to a continued altcoin dipping. I got a few trades though, so I did okay. I'm just going to post up on Discord and let them know we're here. Crypto chat. Live now. Back to the chat. Okay, so it has been an interesting 24 hours in the economy. I have got some news coming up for surfing and PIVX as well, but we'll get onto that in a second. First, let's have a quick look at the overall economy. The Bitcoin's been pretty strong. Crypto Chronica said, Ripple's up, PIVX down, cancelled each other out. I actually got some sells on PIVX this morning, man. I was just trading that little bit that I trade in my account. So it ran up to $3.30 this morning, and now it's taken an almighty dip again. So good buying for anyone interested. But let's start at the top of the economy with Bitcoin just on that $7,000 mark, 7,002. The total market cap is 192 billion for the economy. Trade volumes are huge, 9 billion trade volumes over 24 hours, and a 60.8% dominance, getting ever closer to the 90% dominance, which would see Fish doing a nudie run at D-bar. You could have sold at 320 and held. Yeah, man, I was looking at 328. I think it hit. I was looking at it, but I just traded instead of selling. I've just been trading. I've been doing all right on the trades though, because there's been good volatility in the market, so that allows me to trade even on the way down. So that's been helpful. Ethereum's cracked low side of 290 again, 289.98 only just. You know, last time it got down to 281. I said live on the show I'm going to order right now. I didn't, but that 280 mark seems to be really good support, like consistent. So if you get it at 280, I think it's good buying, guys. 290 is pretty good buying too, long term. Ripple, let's have a look at it for Agent Smith. 22.8 cents, up 17.85% in the last 24 hours. Agent Smith's one of our crypto wave investment crew, and he does. He's a Ripple fan, to say the least. He's not holding as big a part of his portfolio as I make out. I make it out like he's 98% Ripple. He's not, but good gains for him on that one. So well done to those people. It did take a hit after the Swell conference, and basically what I call investor impatience. So they were saying that things were going to take a little longer than had been predicted, and the share price just got smashed because of it. So yeah, good buying long term, I think, still. Even at 22 cents. You know what's been surprising? Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash has been on an absolute bull run. It's back up towards those $600 figures where I actually called sells on it months ago. Well, whenever it came out. And it pumped back up to 600. I said, get rid of it. Hey, Bob Jack. How are you, man? Yeah, so nice little bull run from Bitcoin Cash. I don't really understand it, but there it is. Litecoin below 55. It did dip as low as $52, but it's come back. 52 was just spot checking. It could have got lower, 51.50, somewhere around that mark. I was just spot checking it. It's come back to 54.76 and up 3.37% in the last 24 hours. It's been an interesting 24 hours because I have had, you know what really ran up early this morning? Komodo. Komodo had a huge run up to like $2.50. I got some sells on it and some buybacks, so I've traded that quite well. Looking forward to seeing the Monese ICO release, and of course, if you're holding Komodo, you're going to get a 30% discount on the Monese ICO. So if you're interested in the Monese ICO, it's probably a good time to start stocking up because I think the price is going to run up to that. Could see it Komodo at like $2.50, $3 even by that time. Agent Smith, I named it after you, bro. I named the chat after you today. I said, Ripple gains, Agent Smith rejoices. He's come in with the big Ripple squad, muscly arms. Good on you, Agent Smith. Good investment, man. Well done. You've played that investment well. I know you sold out at 27, no 30, I think, and then bought back at 27. Knowing you probably hit it again at 20. So good gains there. Good gains. PIVX had some really strong run-ups this morning, but then it got sold off, and it's back down at 250. That's ridiculously cheap. It just is. That's so close to half price. I think we'll get to $5, like in the medium term. And I don't often call double 2Xs, but I really think PIVX deserves to be a $5 coin. We had some issues with the wallets. We've actually got a new release, by the way. Hey, Mike T. Yeah, Ripple is ripping, bro. You hit Ripple at 20 cents, Crypto Chronicus. I think it was always going to find good resistance at 20, good support at 20 cents long term. It did dip down as far as 17, if I'm right, 17.8, just off the top of my head. That could be wrong, but yeah, it was. It's good for the Ripple investors to see it kicking back, so that's good. Yeah, PIVX is too cheap at 250, guys. I will say that all day long. It was 320 this morning. Make your own decisions, but you are not going to get PIVX at $2.50 in 6 months' time. I doubt it very much. So we'll see what happens. Verge about to pump, said Agent Smith. It did have a run up to 0.66 of a cent, bro. I never sold any. Oh, you're right, Grinkers. No worry about being late, man. I've been running around all morning. So yeah, no worries about being late. Verge about to pump. Let me have a look at the chart, dude. I get a better idea when I can have a look at the chart. It's been heavily supported. Verge is a good coin. I've said this for a long time. I don't hold heaps of it or anything, but I've got enough to make it worthwhile that if it goes on a pump, I'm going to be stoked. Yeah, man. Looks good. Just taking a look at that chart. Big green candle on the end there. Rising supports. So the supports are rising just over the last. This is a half-hour chart, guys. So this is day trading sort of stuff. Or when I say day trading, please don't be confused. I mean short-term trading. So, you still might be holding it for a week or two to get profits, but short-term trading. So if it breaks through, you see there it's hitting the same lines of resistance that it's hit twice before. If it breaks through that on the third time, it's likely to go up to at least this next point of resistance. So, up towards the 95 Satoshi mark, which would be a good 6 or 7% gain from there. It's got to break through though, and it's sort of shaking for it for sure, because you see these rising bottoms. Big indication, guys. Rising bottoms. Just over the last half hour means it's getting seen cheap at a higher price. So yeah, usually a good indication. I can't be certain on that. I think there's going to be a lot of playing in the market until the fork actually happens. I think people are going to be trading in and out pretty heavily. I think there's going to be some strong swings. It's good for the traders, but you got to hold your nerve when something like PIVX takes a run down to 250. That's bargain hunting. That is serious bargain hunting. Yeah, each time it closes higher, exactly, Crypto Chronicus. So it's just creeping up, man. It's a good looking chart for Verge. 92 Satoshi on Bittrex is the bid. 93 being the ask. Just having a look. There's a fair bit of resistance at 101. There's a lot of resistance at 101. So yeah, maybe, I don't know, it's hard to say. Could break through and go right up to that 101 mark. Hard to say. That'd be a massive gain. That'd be, a good 7-8% gain if it can break through those resistance and get up to that really strong resistance at the 101. Just look at, I'll tell you why I say that, guys, is because I look at the sell book, not the chart as well, and it's previously stopped at 101 on that little candle that I had a look at. But you also look at the sell book and look at this massive sell order here of, 11 million Verge at 101. So yeah, I'd be looking at, I don't know, 100 or 99 maybe, if I was going to sell a little bit, but I'm bag holding it. I traded out of Verge up at 140 Satoshi, man. Back in the, back when it was hitting 0.6 or 0.7 of a cent, a while back when it took its big first bull run. Komodo, I like. Crypto Chronicus, already said it, man. Pink looks good on me. Thanks, Agent Smith. I wore pink for my 21st birthday party. I have a pink phone cover. Real men wear pink. Yeah, Crypto Chronicus said it's salmon. Forget Verge. It's all about that icon. Hey, Cody Pete. Man, I got to agree with you, bro. Our investment group's in on that for quite a substantial amount of money. And we are watching these futures markets just with a big smile on our face, man. It's like $1.11 when I checked it this morning. Let's check that one for KDP, see where it's sitting now, and for the rest of the investment crew who's in on it. But really strong signs for, and make sure you've got your KYCs done as well, people, for Icon. Not long left. Make sure they're in. Mark G says, hold, hold. That's it, bro. If anything's gone down and you like it, you got to hold on. Simple as that. Selling at lows is... Hey, actually, I want to give a shout out to Average Joe, because Average Joe comments. He comes in occasionally, but he generally watches it later. So he comments quite often. He left a comment and said, Fish, you know, I'm not so sure about this never selling at a loss thing. He goes, I switched out of AOL shares and got into EOS. And he said, if I didn't do that, I'd still be holding AOL shares in the Australian Stock Exchange. And I was like, oh, that's actually a really valid point. But you've got to, I think when I say never sell at a loss, that's if the information hasn't changed. If there's terrible information come out about something and you're early to hear it, you might want to sell before the rest of the people dump as well. So there is certainly exceptions to that. And what I said to Average Joe is that my channel is really for the beginners, for the people who've never traded before in their life. And that's going to be a lot of people getting into the crypto economy because they're $50 investors. They're $100 investors. You know, they've never been able to invest really before. And now the crypto economy's given them that space. So for me, I'm just trying to help people because the stats in leverage trading and day trading is 90% of traders lose 90% of their capital within 90 days. And I think with the volatility of the crypto economy, I'm just trying to stop people from making the same basic mistakes that are made in leverage trading, which cost them such a large percentage of their capital, i.e. don't buy on parabolic growths, buy on your dips and hold until you're in profit. I think is just a good, for a beginner's strategy, it's a good strategy. I really believe that. And I do understand what Average Joe said. And when you do get more advanced, you can probably tell the signs and say, hey, I've taken a 5% loss, but if I don't get rid of it now, I'm going to take a 25% hit and move your money into an avenue that's going to be more profitable for you. But you need experience to be making those moves. And so Average Joe, completely agree with you, dude. It's not always a perfect strategy, but I think for beginners, it is the best strategy. Just to get a handle on the market, man. So thank you for leaving your comments, Average Joe. I really appreciate you always leaving them in the YouTube. I do see them, man. Don't always get time to reply, but I do appreciate them. So thank you. Agent Smith agrees, says you have to take losses sometimes. Not Fish. He doesn't write anything off. Call me a rookie investor if you like, but it works for me. Mark G said I missed EOS. 2x plus in last week. Yeah, man. Few people angry about that one. I bet like EOS had a lot of chat on this channel probably 4 or 6 weeks ago. And we did have a look at it and I said, oh, I don't know about the ICO strategy. And so I stayed away from it, but a lot of our group did get into it. They liked it. And that was my only nitpick with it was I wasn't confident in the ICO strategy that they were using for EOS. So anyone who did get into it, brilliant. I mean, great gains and power to you. And I think it is a good project. I was just scared off by the ICO. And the thing is you've got to choose in this economy. You can't actually put your money into everything that you'd want to. I think everyone's probably experienced that. So EOS unfortunately didn't hit my radar and I didn't get the 2x from last week like some people did. Yeah, Agent Smith said I would have some heavy OMG bags right now. Now I can get a bigger position for cheaper. So that's his point about, you got to remember Agent Smith watches these markets though. So again, when I say don't sell at a loss ever, look, it's actually advice that I follow myself because I'm stubborn. But I honestly think that once you've got some experience, you can make those decisions to take a 2% hit because you can see a 20% gain somewhere else. That's fine, but you need that experience first. I think if you get over eager, like over trading is one of the most common mistakes made when people come into investing and trading. That they go, oh, now I'm an investor, I'm going to be rich quick. And it doesn't work like that. It's about accumulated wealth. It's about not panicking and selling out and trying to get on the next train that runs every 2 seconds. And Agent Smith, I know that you're experienced enough to understand the difference, but newbies aren't, mate. And they just go, okay, it's okay, I can sell this loss and move to this one because it's gone up 7%. And then they take the 7% hit back to that one on even while the other one's shooting up. It's, mate, I see it time and time again with newbies. They buy on highs and sell on lows. So for me, that advice is really specific for newbies. But for those of you who are curious, I'm a stubborn prick. And I'm certainly not a newbie, and I still do it. I just hold. I don't care. I'll run it down to 40%. I did it with Neo before it boomed up to $10. I bought Like I bought some on the way down as well, but now I took a mad run down for me before it boomed up to 10, and then I sold the shit out of it and continued booming. So yeah, it's hindsight trading's easy. It's how many times you remember that, right? You remember what a brilliant move it was to sell out of OMG and wait for it now. But how many stories do you have where you sold out and it went up and you went, oh shit, now I've got to buy it back higher? I'm sure there's plenty of those stories in anyone who trades, including mine, anyone who trades. So what I'm trying to do is really not appeal, but guide the newbies, because if we get people coming into this space, into the crypto economy, and getting wiped out in a month of their capital, or 90 days in 3 months, that's not good. They're not coming back. And we need investors to continue to bring money into the crypto economy. I mean, with confidence that it's not just, that's the thing. They get scared off, they never come back. So for me, I'm just trying to help the newbies get into profit to start with. And for me, the best way to do that is make sure they don't lose to start with. And if we go into good profit from there, it's awesome. But step one, make sure they don't join that percentage, 90% of people who do lose. Absolutely. ADP, this is from ages ago. Sorry, guys, I'm catching up again. Mike T said, I took 20% losses on most of my alts back in mid-October. Ended up being a genius move, though, when they dropped another 50% after I sold it back into BTC. Yeah, good read, Mike T. Like I said, man. But, the whole thing is as well as, like I said, there's no crystal balls. And it's very easy to pick out the individual trades that have done well for you in doing that. But I'm sure that if you're a person who makes moves like that, I'm sure there has been times where you've sold and it's gone up and you've gone shit. So it's one of those things. That's cool, Crypto Chronicus. That's kind of what I do. Crypto Chronicus said, I'd say if you can limit your speculative trading to 10 to 20% of your holdings. Mine's about 10%, bro. I trade with about 10% of holdings, depending on the coin. You still come out okay overall, even if the coins tank and it's a total loss. Yeah, I tend to agree. Like, I keep my trading small. Wilkie is just man, he will pump and dump everything he's got on 5% swings, and he'll do it 10 times in a row. He's pretty good. So, you've got to find a strategy that you're comfortable with, that works for you, that fits in with your schedule as well, because you can trade really heavily and just trade the 1% swings at a 0.5%. So you need to make 1.5%, say, to cover 0.5% in trade fees, 0.25 both times, and that you make 1% on each trade. And if you do that enough times, the cumulative growth is ridiculous. Like, if you make 1% 300 times or something, it works out 50x. So, and 1% happens every minute in this market, just about. So you can actually trade like that and really trade the tight margins as well and make quite a lot. The main thing is that if you're buying at highs and selling at lows and you don't know why you're doing it, if you don't know why you're selling, if your only reason for selling is because, that one's going down and that one's going up, you've made the wrong move. I'm sorry, that's the truth. It needs to be researched, it needs to be educated, and it needs to be an informed decision when you decide to make that change. That's my personal opinion. Just keeping up on the chat as best I can, guys. It's interesting. That's why I want to get all the comments in. Mark G said, I know a guy that was holding Manetha and it pissed him off for so long, just sold his bags. Feels better. Okay, yeah. Man, I've taken a massive ride down on a couple of them I'm still holding. Okay, the surfing thing. Well, since Mike asked, I'm going to show you something, guys. Tanya O'Meara knocked out a couple of, let me show you, because it is live. She's competing again this afternoon. My alarm went off at 11 o'clock this morning instead of 11 o'clock last night, which is why I'm broadcasting from my house and not a hotel in Newcastle. But I spoke to Tanya this morning. She is absolutely stoked. I want to show you what happened, guys. She was behind. I've got it ready to go. Check this out. She was behind with 4 minutes to go. This is her here. She needs a... Well, this is the other girl. She takes the wave in front of her. And the girl falls off. I don't even know if you can see this, but this is 4 minutes to go. And Tanya's in third. She needs to finish top two to get through. And this is her now. And she comes up, bang, straight off the lip, through the whitewash, lands it clean, got the score. Through to round 4 this afternoon. Big event, guys. Some really like top quality professional surfers there. QS 6000 event. I'll pop the link up for anyone interested. Let me just get into the chat now, and I'll pop the link up for anyone interested. You can watch her surf this afternoon. She's into round 4, and then hopefully through to the weekend and the big, like the really big rounds. This can like sprint. This can catapult her surfing career. It really can, an event like this. So we've obviously got high hopes for her. I wish I was down. I was punching myself when I woke up this morning and realized I'd missed my alarm. But I'm just going to, if you guys don't mind, I'm just going to pop that link up because I know a few of the guys in our Discord group are interested, and it is actually being webcast. So you can go ahead and watch, you know, top level surfers. So let me just pop that in the chat for you. You can watch it there. That's the link to the live YouTube broadcasting live. So good to see the World Surfing League bringing the action to us live online finally. Yeah, it's good to see. So yeah, for any surfing fans or people wanting to get interested, or for anyone just wanting to watch the first female athlete sponsored by a blockchain, you know, sponsored by blockchain, sponsored by crypto, Tanya O'Meara is the first athlete, female athlete. I was the first athlete, first female athlete in the world to receive a crypto sponsorship. She's sponsored by PIVX, and she is killing the end of this season. She came third over at Phillip Island, and that's her best ever result. Now she's backing it up in a massive event by getting through some really talented surfers in the first few rounds. Big international event. There must be 20, 30 countries represented. So really good to see Tanya doing well in that. Sorry to take up the crypto chat for that. Yeah, Grinker said fish quote of the day. I just hold, I don't care. I'll run it down 40%. I'm like that, man. I'm a stubborn prick. I'll just go, oh, whatever. Let's see where it's at in 6 months, a year. You'd be surprised how often I run it down 40% and go, oh, well, it's going to be 6 months before I see anything on that one. And then a month later, it's back. Yeah, Mark G just said not just said like 20 minutes ago because I'm catching up. I know I met a guy that sold Ether at $16. He got in at 5, but better just to set it and forget it. All right, I'm coming down live, guys. Oh, we got Grant, Roger. I haven't seen you before. Oh, the coolest crypto guy on YouTube. I don't know about that, man, but I'll take the compliment. Welcome to the chat, bro. We'll have to get our Discord link up for you. There's a couple of new guys in the chat I can see. So we'll get the Discord link up so you guys can join our investment crew. Being very clear on the rules of our investment crew, all we do is collaborate research. So we bring in ideas we like, we present it to the rest of the group, and everyone makes individual decisions. We never all go into one coin. We never pump and dump is what I'm trying to say, guys. We're an investment discussion group. So if you'd like to join, that's our purpose, not to all pump into one coin and dump it on the uneducated. So yeah. Thanks for the thanks for the cool compliment, Grant. That's awesome. Grant or Grant, depending on which part of the world you're from. BB Junkie's in. No, you haven't missed anything, man. Just me blabbing. Agent Smith's going to get into PIVX soon because it's cheap, and then he'll probably trade it because he has no love for me. Mark G said, anybody do Forex trading on crypto? I'm thinking of getting into it. Maybe someone making unbelievable. Made someone making unbelievable money a couple of nights ago. I just stay away from the fiat game now, man. Like, it's probably not a bad idea because if you actually think about the mathematics of it, the fiat currencies are always devaluing constantly. That's inflation. That's how it works. So even if you were to take any currency, especially one that was high, like strong at the moment, New Zealand was, when I was last trading in May, it was at historical highs, the New Zealand dollar. So if you were trading New Zealand dollar, for example, into Bitcoin, and then while the New Zealand dollar is strong, you could certainly get into that, man. But it's just not something that interests me necessarily. I like trading between. See, the thing is, I don't want to be stuck with the New Zealand dollar bag if I'm trading in and out of it. You know what I mean? No offense to the Kiwis, but I don't have plans to relocate to New Zealand. So getting stuck with a bunch of New Zealand dollars that I've got to hold on to until they hit profit doesn't do me much good. Whereas when I'm trading crypto to crypto, like let's say I'm trading Litecoin to PIVX over at Cryptopia, I'm happy with either coin. So as long as I'm accumulating both by trading in and out, it doesn't matter when the run comes on Litecoin or PIVX and I'm left with less of one and more of the other because I like both. So as long as I'm accumulating both by trading in and out, it doesn't matter to me. Whereas if I was trading, you know, US dollars in and out, I'd be like, well, then I've got to make that relative to Australian dollars. It's a little different for me, man. It's not a bad option. I'm definitely not saying it's a bad option, just not for me. I don't know if they're saying that I'm genuine. I'm hoping you are. I'm catching up. Oh, I'm cruising right down to the 1 BNB. Mike T, I donated 0.1 BNB to the PIVX cause so I could vote for it on Binance. Yes, that's a good reminder, man. The Binance vote is on, and PIVX has been nominated. Well, I think we're sitting third at the moment. Zcoin, the Japanese got hugely behind it, and they took a massive lead over Vertcoin and PIVX. So we do need your help. Get behind PIVX on the Binance vote. I've made a rap song. I've put down links, even if they are referral links, which I'm going to get commission on. But point is, it's nice and easy to do. Binance Coin's a good hold anyway if you want to do some Ether trading or some BTC trading, because it does both over on Binance. So if you hold the Binance Coin, you get 0.05% on your trade fees. That's nothing. That's so minimal compared to like commissions and brokerage in standard stocks, and it's minimal compared to even some of the other exchanges. Like that's a fifth of what Bittrex are charging, and I see Bittrex fees as reasonable. So at 0.05, it's very, very reasonable for your trade fees there. So yeah, pop over, check out the Binance exchange. If you do like it, sign up using my link, and then yeah, chuck a vote in for PIVX if you can. Mike T said 10,000 PIVX for a masternode. That's correct, man. You might have been answering someone else's question there. Thanks for that. Yeah, it's cheap at the moment. But the good thing about PIVX is, guys, you've always got to remember, residual income coins are only good if you can have enough of them to actually make them earn residual. That's where PIVX is different. If you pick up PIVX today at 50 of them, 250, you pay $125. You can start staking that 50 PIVX. So to me, any coin that allows you to earn residual income at such a low level is just fantastic for saving, because all you do is you have your weekly or monthly budget going. Let's say you got $50 a month to saved. You go, okay, things are, you know, looking good. I can put $50 a month into crypto. Let's say you accumulated $50 a month worth of PIVX and you kept staking it. And then every time you got a staking bonus, you just left it in there. If you leave that staking bonus in your wallet, that actually increases your chance of getting another staking bonus, because the more PIVX you have, the more chances you've got. So you see how that reinvesting the dividends, relating it back to the share market, if you reinvest the dividends, the staking bonuses, the staking rewards, whatever you'd like to call them, and you keep reinvesting and reinvesting, that's how you accumulate wealth, provided the PIVX share price doesn't plunge off the face of the earth. And it has today. I don't see it going any lower. But I said that yesterday at 280. I said, surely not. And it's at 250. So you got to make your own decisions. But what I'm saying is long term, I really do see it as good buying. Crypto Chronicles has got 5 BNB ready for future votes. Yeah, man, I got some there ready for future votes too. Of course, I'm going to vote the coins that I've got holdings in. That makes sense to me. If I can get them onto another exchange, I've just effectively pushed up my own share price. Mark G, how do you join? I'm not sure if you're talking about. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to chuck the Discord. I'm getting back down to the live chat, and I'm chucking the Discord invite in for anyone who's new to the group. Invite people. Copy. You're welcome to join our Discord group. Please try and keep the personal attacks out of it. Please try and keep racism away. I particularly don't like racism. And other than that, freedom of speech. You're welcome to say whatever you like. Come and talk about coins. We do have high risk channels. So if you say, look, guys, it's kind of scammy, but let's have a run at this, chuck it in the high risk channel. Be honest about it. Some people are up for that. You know, Wilkie's one of them. He loves playing that. Yeah, you can stake Neo Hourglass. Where's Neo? Let's have a look at it for you, Hourglass. One of our regulars and one of our crypto wave investment crew, Hourglass, is into Neo. He loves it. And so does Wilkie, actually. Wilkie stakes his Neo. He loves it as well. I haven't got into it, but I saw it hitting those $25 marks, man, which is like getting close to even me wanting to have a little bit in there to see what happens. Let's have a look. Neo. Yeah, 25.62. It's all right. It's not bad buying. Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of lost up. Hey, Sammy. Sammy, can we talk about the Palm Beach confidential stuff? Of course, you didn't disclose the second coin unless you pay him $2,500. Yeah, yeah. I thought it was $2,500–3,000 for a subscription or something like that, Sammy. Yeah, man, we can talk about it. I've heard plenty of rumors. Okay, so I've heard Zencash. I've heard what was the other one that I heard? There was Zencash. There was Rise. There was there was a few, man. Yeah, there was a few rumored, but I never heard what. Yeah, everyone wants to cover Palm Beach. We can talk about that. You guys are welcome to direct this chat in the way that you want. It's your channel as much as mine, guys. That's what we do here. So let's talk about Palm Beach. I heard some rumors. I heard Rise as one of the rumors. I heard Zencash, and we saw that run up massively on that rumor. But I think that's almost been dismissed the way it's run down now. What was the other one I heard? It was something at like under 25 cents. I can't even remember what it was. So has anyone else got anything that they wanted to add for the Palm Beach? I mean, I even heard it being rumored as PIVX, Navcoin, and something else. So the rumor was that they were taking profits from their Monero investment and they were going to move it into something else. Sammy said he'd been given Google Docs spreadsheet, which said it's storage. See, man, I got storage, so if it is great. But honestly, it just tells. Agent Smith said it's Ripple. Yeah, no, because Palm Beach are generally known to get into $8 billion market cap coins and try and pump them. You serious? It is Ripple? I guess it kind of, well, one of the clues I heard was that it was under 25 cents a coin. And that's when everyone started polling into Rise. And there was another anonymous coin that was under 25 cents that everyone thought it could be. I can't remember what it was. But there was so much speculation about what it was going to be. They did say Ripple. Seriously. See, well, Crypto Chronicus asked why not. And the reason being, man, is because even if they can pump it by $1 billion, that's still only 10% gains for them. If they could pump a low market cap coin by $1 billion, they're going to get massive gains. So, Verge, that was the other one I did hear. Thank you, Agent Smith. Yeah, Verge is what I heard as well, man. I hold Verge. I've still got that $20 of Ripple sitting in some wallet that I haven't opened since I got into the crypto economy. Because I can't even, yeah, it's on here somewhere. Bitstamp? I've got $20 worth of Ripple on Bitstamp, dude. I haven't even opened it. It's like a little icon sitting there. Right next to Tinder. I mean, markets. I'm joking. Also heard XLM. I think I did hear that as well. Yeah, I was keeping up on the chatter, but my point is, guys, if they are a pump and dump group, I don't want to be invested in what they're invested in. I don't want to be sitting here trying to guess what they're going to invest in. That's like, I'm happy to have the conversation. I'm happy to talk about rumors. But the reality is I'd just rather find good long-term projects, guys. Avoid all the scammy shit. Let's find some good, solid investments to get into and hold long-term. That's been a winning strategy for most people in the crypto economy. Yeah, it's true, Crypto Chronicus. Crypto Chronicus said, man, that's one thing that worries me about small cap altcoins like PIVX, easily messed with. And that's true, man. It's a $150 million market cap, but the reality is that $10 million is going to make a big difference to that market. And there's a lot of people with $10 million these days. So yeah, it is a concern with lower market cap coins, but I think we've also seen, man, I don't think the Bitcoin, like with Ledger X coming on, I don't think Bitcoin is immune to manipulation. Far out. Honestly, pretty much any currency in the world. There's been rumors about the Swedish government manipulating the krona, like manipulating their own currency for years, and they're very good at it. But my point is that there's really no market too big to be manipulated. So yeah, they're more susceptible to manipulation, but I think that will steady as market caps increase, obviously, making them less manipulatable. Rise is looking like it might run up. Well, I've got some Agent Smith. I got some good training on that, man. And I'd say that, that was part of again, Agent Smith, I did just say we got rumors about Palm Beach Collective getting into that. So that could purely be back on the back of the rumors. But having said that, the reason I picked some up is because I was looking at Rise long before I heard these rumors. You guys know that. We had a look at it. We said it's a fork of Lisk. It's got extra programming language on it, was its main value addition on top of Lisk. So at the price it was at, it seemed really good value. Yeah, see, Mike T just said metal got dumped on yesterday because one whale dumped 600,000 coins. It's exactly what happened. It works the other way though, Mike, as well. Someone had a 40,000 PIVX buy order in this morning. And that's what sent us skyrocketing. Everyone wanted to beat that 40,000. Now it's crashed below there. So it's funny, man. It's funny how people react to other buy orders. It's sheep behavior, sheepish behavior. You kind of got to do it sometimes. You got to go with the flow. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not a contrarian trader. I'm not. But sometimes I am. I just go, nah, that makes no sense. And while everyone's dumping the crap out of alts at the moment, I'm buying them. Stellar Lumens, I like Mark G purely because they're making real world connections and those other things you mentioned, non-profit coin, fast transaction speeds, but that potential, well, not potential, I think they did, IBM are going to do a payment system with Stellar Lumens or something like that. That was a big announcement. I've got a little bit left, man, but I actually traded out a lot of it on that run up. Just catching up. I'm really sorry. I know I'm missing a lot today, guys. It probably was Wilkie Mike T. Good point. Holy what? That's insane, Crypto Chronicus. Let me check my account. Crypto Chronicus said, dude, I woke up today and had $400 in US dollar tether on Bittrex. I had no idea where it came from. Dude, withdraw it now. Move it into another exchange or something. Seriously, before they figure out their bank error. Agent Smith says everything's looking ready to bust, money flowing back in already to alts. I don't know, man. It happened last time. Remember, there was a big pump. There was a pump. There was a dump of the alts, then a pump before the fork, then a dump. It was crazy before the fork. So we're just probably seeing the same sort of action. Why? Let me check my account. If I've had a bunch of sellers, I'm getting off the stream and going to reset my orders. Hey, Verge has come down, guys. 89 and 90 Satoshi for those who were looking at it. So, up to you. As usual, up to you. I just saw that one on my Bittrex account. I haven't got any sells on anything. I haven't got any buys either. Let's have a look at Pivy. The old Piv. See how it's tracking. It dropped back so sharp after those highs of 320, like 328 this morning. Couldn't believe how hard it dropped after that. But I bought some back cheaper than I sold it. So that's a good thing, you know. When you set yourself up into a win-win situation, so you kind of, yes, little green candles starting to appear. So you check out the run this morning. So hopefully these green candles do another one of these and we get, again, if we zoom out, there'll be another point of resistance. So I'll probably hit there where that candle went to, you know. You could go do it too, but I've already set a little sell over there. Nothing major, guys. I'm talking 5 and 10 coins when I'm trading PIVX. Too scared of losing it. I'm not Wilkie. I'm not going to play with 2,000 at a time like he likes to. Crypto Chronicus thinks there'll be several waves into and out of alts before the fork. I think so as well, man. For this pure reason, the more volatility there is, the more it advantages experienced traders, and it's a big disadvantage to new people to the market. So you know, realistically, these big volatility swings, I'm going to make money whether they go up or down, because I'm either going to buy the cheap coins at bargain prices or I'm going to sell out higher than where I've bought them. So, yeah, I think there could certainly be some playing with markets as people try and shake a little bit more out of the uneducated. And that's why I'm trying to help you not be one of those uneducated. Look, a lot of people would probably argue I am one of those uneducated. Didn't really consider that point. Yeah, but for those of you who are completely new and have no idea, I'm hoping I'm at least helping you a little bit with all this. You got to remember that if fiat cash money flows out of alts, that doesn't mean it could go back into fiats. Good point. BP, how you going, man? Sorry, I'm catching up as usual. Really got to get a co-host. Mike T said, everything is green just because it's been 24 hours since the last dump. And that's an excellent, excellent point by Mike T. Always think relative to where you bought it, not to yesterday. Agent Smith is skeptical. I spent it on Litecoin, said Crypto Chronicles. Man, that's good buying long term. It is. It's got to be. Good chat, guys. Mark G, Nova Exchange is shutting down. At least they warn people, not like Mt. Gox. I didn't hear about that, man. Thanks for letting us know. Nova Exchange, for those of you who haven't been informed, Mark G's just dropped some news on us that exchange will be closing. So you need to get your currency out of there. SP says, Fish, Electronium is live, thinking to buy more, have 4 mil. Altcoin prices are down. These guys look good. SP, haven't looked into it myself, man. But if you've researched it, if you've studied the coin, if you like the idea, you like the team, and you think the valuation of the company is an insult to the potential or even the current, you know, operating systems, networks, staffing, that sort of thing, yeah, you should buy more. Like that's good investing. I don't know the coin specifically, dude, so I can't tell you whether I think it's a good buy. But if you've done your research, I just see it as opportunity when anything gets cheaper, right? PIVX got so low this morning. I missed the lows because I could not possibly have foreseen it going that low. I think my lowest buy order, I'll tell you where I got it. I could not possibly have, this was like I'd never even dreamed it going this low. And that's how I hit the order. Was 40, sorry, that's my 37002 is where I got my last buy on that. I still don't think we're up to there. Are we? Oh, we're just above there now. So, but that was on the way down, guys. I hit it at 37002 because I had my buy orders preset and went all the way down to 35,000 Satoshi. I wasn't far off it, but yeah. Hey, Chappie. Good to see you in the chat, man. Sorry, guys, catching up. Trying to get some of everyone's chat in. Pedro Iglesias. I'm not sure I've seen you in the chat before, man. Welcome. He's going to try and pick up some on the low end of the next dip. I think that's smart, man. Whenever you get those dips, that's when you want to be buying. Seems so easy, doesn't it? Buy low, sell high, but so many people struggle to do it. Just going to read a couple from here. I'm getting closer to where we're at live. Crypto Chronicles said, yeah, I'm going to go grocery shopping using that Litecoin using my Shift card linked to Coinbase. That's what I was walking out the door to do when you went live. That's so cool, man. I love saying that the crypto being used in the real world, man. It validates it, you know. It validates what we're doing. We're transacting value. We're transferring value peer-to-peer without the need for someone in the middle. It's just amazing times. It really is. It's the first time in history this has ever been able to be achieved. That's amazing. So I'm stoked. Okay. Mark G said BTC crashes up historically. Hard to pick up the peaks. But my intuition is to sell BTC before the forks and buy alts. My gain in alts would be greater than 16% value of B2X I would have gotten. Mark G, I have the same strategy, man. Not everyone agrees with us. A lot of people are saying wait for it and then dump back into odds. But for me, man, I don't have the computer skills to go that quick with 10 different coins. So I've got to position myself before that pump. And that's what I've done. So I've taken the same strategy as you, bro. Will we be right? I hope so. See what happens. The The valuation of KMD is an insult, says Agent Smith. That's only because you hold a stack of it. Go away. No, I'm kidding. I hold KMD as well. And as I said, guys, Monet's ICO coming up. 2 ways to get into it: Bitcoin and Komodo. No Ether on this one. So if you want to pay a $5 transaction fee for moving your Bitcoin, go and buy Bitcoin and get ready. If you want to pay a fraction of that with Komodo and get a 30% discount on the Monet's ICO, go and pick up some Komodo. I don't know what price it's at, so don't go and pick it up. Go and do your research. Pick a proper entry point. Don't just go buy it unless it's cheap. Do your research. Let's have a quick look at Komodo, Agent Smith. 9% up. Boom! Like to see that. Against BTC, that is. I got some sells and buys on this morning. Do you see how much it really, man, it went parabolic. Like I got sells at this morning. And again, just a few coins because I'm trying to accumulate. But I got sells this morning at 35997 and then bought it back 5 minutes later, people. 5 minutes later for 33001. Sold at 359, so call it 36,000 close enough, and bought back at 33,000. 10% in 5 minutes. Loving that one. I think it's actually gone lower than that now, but I just got to sell on, just right while I'm sitting here, I just got to sell on 10x, guys, because I've been trading it. It got way too low at $1.50. I stacked in hard. So for me, it has to be responsible to take some of that profit as it climbs up. And I've just had a hit on pay now. So I need to go and set some buy orders back on the buy wall cheaper than where I bought it. And then I don't care if pay dips, I get it back. I get more of it back. If it keeps going, I got more coins on the run. So that's what I call a win-win. But yeah, Komodo, man, is at 3299. So it's right around where I bought it at 33,000. There's a fair bit of resistance around 33,400. But, you know, one big whale comes and buys that. That's a joke to a whale, that what I'm calling resistance. They go, resistance, boom. Oh, what? It wasn't even a speed bump. Yeah, so I call it resistance because I'm a smaller trader, you know. So I got to call that resistance when I see, you know, a good $10,000 sell or something like that. That's resistance for me. I can't buy through that. So, yeah, that's that's kind of how I play the markets, is within reason to my budget and to how much I'm investing. I can't on these bigger market caps especially, I can't affect the market with the amount I'm investing. People 3 and 5 and 10 coins, it's just a joke to most people. Mike said last fork happened before the official web page said it would happen. The fall in BTC and rise in alts preceded the fork. You'd have to get your BTC on a hardware wallet to get B2X quickly. Yeah, I know what you're saying, bro. That's why I can't afford to spend the time doing it. But the fork actually didn't happen. It didn't actually happen. Well, it happened earlier than the date, Mark, just to be clarified that. But they can only ever predict a date, man, because forks happen on block numbers. So they've got to guesstimate when that block number's going to be up. And the increased block rate, number of blocks that have gone through caused the fork to happen earlier. And that's possible with any fork that is based on a block number. Agent Smith says portfolio has grown $40 since joining this live. You know why, Agent Smith? The fish effect, the pink shirt, pretty much everything. Oh, really? All right, so let me check my wallet, man. It better not all be Ripple, or I just won't care. You can send me that $40. I'll go buy PIVX with it. Crypto Chronicles used to have over 30 bank accounts. Crypto K, welcome, man. VTC. I haven't seen you in ages, and I'm just thinking you've been out spending that VTC, bro, because as that run up, I haven't spoken to you since we hit those $5 marks, man. I got some good sells. Been buying a little bit back on the way down, just trying to wait for it to bottom out. But shivers, man, I got some good sells at the top. So still accumulating, like just a little bit on the way down and really waiting to hammer it hard again. But wow, what a pick up, man. That's one of the better ones our investment group's done for sure. So stoked with that. Yeah, I think VTC is a good project. I think they need to lay off the Binance vote because PIVX needs to win that. But no, I do like VTC. I'm only jabbing you in the ribs, VTC guys. You know that. Actually, the VTC guys have never contacted me one way or another, so I'm sure they're not upset with me saying that. Crypto K, Go burned 8% today. Really? Is that like Go coin? I never got interested in it. The inflation rate seemed excessive. Mark G says, my other strategy is to hodl BTC and transfer more fiat into my Kraken account and buy all alts while keep BTC. Haven't decided yet. Yeah, man, it's tough decisions at the moment when the market's moving like this. That's why I make my decisions early and then just leave my computer. Hey, I wonder how Pay's. I just want to have a quick look at Pay because I just got to sell on it. Look, I would have picked this point out. Whoa, good big green candle. Nice work, Wiki. So I was buying this back, accumulating it. I got buys all over the place around the, right down to 20. My lowest buy on it was 20,838. And I bought all around the 20 to 22 mark, and I've just sold my first lot at 24,499. So good gains for me there. Really happy with that. And Pay itself is up to $1.70. Told you yesterday $1.50 was too cheap. I said to you yesterday, come back to me in 6 months and say, really, Fish, you got to pay at $1.50? And I'll say yes. And I went and bought more straight after the show. And every time it kept dipping. And so now I can say, well, it's at $1.70. And I've sold some because I've got my orders preset for that. And I'll go pop it back on the wall at $1.50 now. And if I can pick that up at $1.50 again, I will. And that's how I play. Whoa, lots of comments. Sorry, guys, I know I'm missing a lot of the chat. I'm going to try and get down to the live stuff because we have only got a couple of minutes left. Sorry about everyone I've missed today. TNC, welcome, man. Ripple pumped and dumped, says TNC. It was Agent Smith. It's a big whale. SP said, can you please explain SegWit fork dates and when it's happening? Mate, I think we need to get our old friend, Bitcoin expert, Rocky Palumbo, on the show to cover that one. He's going to be the best person to speak to. I'll put a shout out to Rocky today and see if he can come back on the show and explain that for us, SP. It's a good question, man. See, I know it'll be at a block number, but I don't know what the estimated date is for 2x, dude. No idea. Or SegWit, sorry. Yeah, cool. Oh, yeah, Agent Smith said smash those likes. You know what I'd really prefer you to do is use that link, and I'm putting it up again. Because, guys, honestly, this is a big event. This is a massive surfing event. It's webcast on the WSL homepage, and Tanya's into round 4. She's going to have a tough day surfing against some of the best women surfers in the world. And what I want to do, if you guys want to help me out, is I want to get over there because there's live chat. There's live chat. I want to do a fish raid, like an A-Dog raid, but we do a fish raid on the World Surfing League. And when Tanya's heat's coming up in a few hours, we just like smash it out. Go in there and just go Tanya, go, and just fill the chat with go Tanya, all that sort of thing. So I'm gonna put the I don't care, it's my channel. I'm putting the link up again. Anyone who wants to come and watch Tanya surf this afternoon, please join the channel. Come and smash Tez. It's Tanya, Tarnea, Tanya. So yeah, sorry about that, Grinkers. That's my Aussie accent for you. Yep, that's it, Mike. Tanya O'Meara. Let me see who she's got. It's going to be a tough day. I was so stoked for her this morning, man, dropping that. Did I show you guys that already? She dropped that 5. Did I show it? I think I did. Yeah. So, yeah, I was stoked for her. That was like, fish talks crazy. Yeah, I do talk crazy. All Aussies do, man. All the Australians go, what are you talking about, Mike? He talks fine. When are we spamming the surf chat, man? I'll just check let me just check the draw and see when she's up. It'll be a couple of hours. She was in heat 9. I'll just see where they're up to in round 4. Massive event. Oh, yeah, and guess what? I'm going, if she makes it through this, I'm definitely heading down tonight. I'm definitely going to the after party. So that'll be fun. Port Stephens, here we go. Toyota New South Wales Pro. And we're up to round 4. And we're up to round... Tanya surfs in about... So 1 hour, 2 hours, about 2 hours. So she's the only one without a photo. I'm gonna have to get that sorted out. Send the WSL a photo of her. But she's a newcomer. She's just had an incredible end to the season. I'm so happy for her. She was ranked 166 in the world, and she came third over at Phillip Island. Now she's up to 130 in the world, and this is already going to move her. She surfed brilliantly in her first few rounds, and she's already going to move higher again. She's knocked out some great competitors. Like I said, have a look at that. Only one without an actual competitor photo there. But we'll get that sorted out quick and in a hurry. But yeah, man, 2 hours. I'm going to be on there giving a little chat, even if the guys from Surfing Australia don't particularly like me. I'm going to be shouting out for Tanya and just wishing her well. So yeah. I don't know who you're talking about saying scammy, Agent Smith. If you're talking about me, I'm just trying to get you to watch a quality surfing event. Man, this is huge. This is Springboarder. If she goes like really deep in this comp, she could get wild cards into the Quicksilver Pro or anything like right here. Oh, it'd be amazing. I get so nervous watching though. I'd rather be in the water myself. And for those of you who want to watch, I will get you the link for my competition next week as well. Be surfing at Port Macquarie myself. So looking for that. That's a good question, CryptoChronicus. CryptoChronicus said, how is Zcoin at number 80 on the market cap, list beating PIVX at 40 in the Binance vote? Well, that's a good question, man. I don't know. Like the thing is that, oh, the Rocky Dude agency. Okay. The thing with the Binance vote, man, is we do have a community sort of channel getting behind that at Slack, on our Slack group now. But I mean, it just depends on how much, I guess it's just another way of spending to get yourself on an exchange, right? Which PIVX is not really fond of. So we're giving it a go, but I don't know how big a budget's been put behind it. But I know that when Substratum won, basically anyone who got onto their group and just said, look, I want to vote for Substratum would have been sent the required funds to do that. So I don't know if that's maybe an approach that Zcoin's taken or something we could do. At the end of the day, man, it's short term, yeah, it matters, but long term it doesn't. Long term, Binance want us. They want our trade volumes. They want the fact that we are a top 40 coin and have been consistently in the top 50 for a long time. They want that. So yeah, I think that's weird. I think we'll get there eventually, one way or another. So the reality is, if anyone's only trading on Binance, they're not really giving themselves the hugest selections of coins at the moment anyway. So I would suggest that there's not too many crypto people who are trading on Binance and Binance only. So it would be very difficult to acquire the coins that you're after. Oh, he made some comments about Litecoin. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, man. I still think he's very knowledgeable on Bitcoin itself. So, you take the knowledge and you dismiss propaganda if that's what you believe you're getting. But, as an explanation of the technological side of the 2x overlay, I think he is an expert, and I think I'm still happy to have him on the show and have him chat about it. You guys are going to, any person I get on the show, look, I went on a 2-hour interview with the CEO of NLC 2 coin. So I couldn't, you got to take everything anyone says with a grain of salt, and make your own decisions, including myself, guys. Take everything I say. I say PIVX is cheap at $2.50. How do you know it's not going to go down to 50 cents? Because if it does, Wilkie will buy the whole lot of it. But you know what I mean, guys? Like, it can go down further from 250. I say that's bullshit buying. You're never going to get that cheap again. I don't have a crystal ball. Simple as that. I just believe strongly that long term that's going to see really good buying. Maple Leafs game starting shortly. I'll have to leave. Man, that's cool. Go the Leafs. That was my team when I was over in Canada, Mark G. I know that's like kind of cliche, right? But I like the Leafs, man. I used to sit in the bar at, what I did one time, Mark G? It was close to the end of the game and I didn't know the rule, because I'm an Australian, I didn't really know the superstitions. And Toronto were up like 3-4-0 or something. And I said, so awesome game. They're going to, shut him out. And everyone just went, oh, what are you doing? You never say that before it's actually happened. And I was like, oops. Yeah, go Leafs, go. That's what I got taught, bro, when I was over in Canada. My brother lived over there for 4 years. So I went and visited him in Montreal. He lived for 2 years, and in Whistler for 2 years. And in Whistler, holy hell, I went for 1 week and ended up there for a month. I couldn't leave. I was 27, 28 years old at the time. And I was just like, this is such a good place. I ended up staying for a month. Oh, it wasn't an opinion. It was him not understanding the technology. Yeah, that's fair. On LTC, you're talking about Crypto K? Yeah, I've often said that Rocky's not interested in the altcoin market, but I do believe he's pretty knowledgeable on Bitcoin. If you'd like to debate that, I'm still here for another 2 minutes. Opinion on that. Yeah, Whistler's incredible, Mark G. I always say get there before you're 30, but you'll never come out of the place. It's bloody half Australians, mate. It's literally my equation for Whistler is 40% Australian, 40% Canadian, and 20% from the rest of the world. Hey, Brendan. Ripple mentioned at Palm Beach conference as much have coin as banks are about to unload on as means exchange volume 5K at the moment. Banks are about to unload on as a means of exchange. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. I got that. So you're basically saying, Brendan, that it is rumored that Ripple are going to do what was initially rumored, which is be a service for the banks to make their, I don't see it as necessarily a bad thing. I joke about it all the time, but if they can provide a service to the bank that provides them with better, cheaper transactions, that has to get passed on to the consumer. Mark G says, but on Ripple, isn't it the fact that banks don't need XRP tokens, they just need the tech? Could there be a divide? Yeah, I definitely think so, Mark G. And the other thing is that a lot of the banks won't go with Ripple, man. They'll develop their own blockchain. Have a look at J-Coin in Japan. The financial and banking sector is looking at developing their own blockchain. But there's a lot of little banks and little financial institutions out there that won't have the capital to develop and operate their own blockchain. As a matter of fact, it just wouldn't make sense for them. So to be competitive now with the big banks, they will have to use a service like Ripple. That's my personal opinion. Depends on how hungry I am, Billy Payne. Thanks for the question, man. Why are you interested? Welcome. No, they don't have to use XRP. It's just the cheapest. Check my earlier comment on the Palm Beach Confidential. It's not Ripple, says TNC. Any ideas on who it might be, TNC? Most banks, though, are developing permission blockchains, not truly decentralized. Yeah, that's true. But the tech still allows them to move the money quicker, I think, and more securely and with less cost. Not that they really had any cost on their internal things anyway. Small credit unions will pick up Ripple. Yeah, I think so as well, man. I think it'll be good for the smaller institutions. That's what I was getting at, the small credit unions and things like that. Again, it just depends, Billy Payne, what sort of a mood I'm in. I'd say between 50 and 70 on a good day. Yeah. So on that note, I'm going to cruise because I've gone 10 minutes overtime already, and I want to go and get ready to watch Tanya surf in the professional surfing event. Billy goes laughing my ass off. I can't even troll you. You're awesome. Man, the thing about me, Billy, if you've just come on as just having some fun and a mad troller who does this for a bit of fun, I surfed on the international stage, dude. I've had plenty of people say a lot worse than that to me. So yeah, it's difficult to troll me on a computer that I don't even understand. I'm like the biggest computer idiot. So when people insult me on a computer, I'm just like, oh, bad, well said, man. There's no point in getting upset about it, right? SP just said, Fish, how do you convert BTC and fiat and back like Coinbase, etc.? Man, I can't do it through Coinbase. Not in Australia at the moment. So I have to go through Living Room of Satoshi, which allows me to transfer that money back into an Australian. Billy Payne, you're cracking me up now, dude. All right, we got to get off this combo. Leafs versus Kings tonight. Late game. Catch you tomorrow. Thanks. All right, cool, Mark G. I'm going to catch out. I'm going to check out too. Guys, it's been a good chat again. I'm going to check out. Please support Tanya in the surfing this afternoon. She's an excellent up and coming young surfer from Sunshine Coast, Australia. She trains very hard. She's a nutritionist. I think she's got a big future, and stoked that she's riding for PIVX. So look forward to seeing her smash through round 4 and getting into the weekend of competition this afternoon. And I'll catch you all soon for another crypto conversation. Take it easy. Fish out. Hang on. Oh, see, now the guy who was trolling me is going to have a field day with this. This is how bad I am, dude. I can't even sign out. Google Hangouts. Here we go. All right, I'm out. See you guys.